that one of the ways you know you are in alignment in a calling is the blessing that accompanies it. You begin to see God going out of his ways to make provisions available to fund that intent of his that he has committed to you. Even when we started, we never lacked money to do the thing God called us to do. And I can tell you confidently that the expenditure per month when we started was 100,000. In 100,000, if we have 100,000, we can run the ministry for 1 month. So, those of us that were working class made 100,000 naira available. We were running. I don't want to. Okay, let me tell you the real matter. It was in the place of prayer. The Lord spoke to me and said, we should give him 100,000 every month, me and my wife. So when we give, if we give this 100,000, it means that our car should not get spoiled and nobody should fall sick. Because if any of the above happens, we will not have what it takes to go through the month. We have accepted to give God the 100,000. That 100,000 was sufficient to take care of the ministry in 1 month. Are you there? So, when we started giving this 100,000, 1 month after we started giving the 100,000, my executive from the city of Abuja came to visit our depot. And when they came to visit our depot, we had interactions, we had interactions. They asked for pounded yam. I took them where to eat pounded yam. And then they went back. When they went back, our chief executive asked that they should bring my file. They had denied me promotion for 4 years. And when they brought my file, the man looked at my file and saw that I'd been denied promotion. He called the head of admin and asked him to give me all my promotions and restore my status to what I'm supposed to be and pay me all the arrears. I just gave the 100,000 for 1 month. Are you there? The man they called to change the records was a man that vowed to me that I will never be promoted. Was the same man that they summoned and gave a directive to effect my promotion. Promotions come out in January, but that my own promotion came out that day in June. It was backdated. Are you there? So the next year I became eligible for the next promotion. It was backdated. The money that I used to build at my house is that the arrears of that promotion that they gave me that I used to build that house. And then because of the promotion, my salary increased. So even though someone falls sick or the car has problem, in spite of the 100,000 we gave, we had enough money to take care of ourselves. Are you following me? You are not following me. You are not. I'm telling you real life issues so that you will know that if it is a call we are committing to, there must be a blessing. Don't hear any other story otherwise. When you see somebody claiming to be attending to a call and you don't see signs of God's commitment, ask him, did they call you? No, you are not with me. You are not. Did they ask you to do what you are doing? The other day in my village, somebody came and said he saw, as he was all and about the calling, he saw Satan with a fork flying. And Satan, when he finished telling the story, I said, is it true that you were called to do this thing? Because we are doing more dangerous things than you are doing, but we have not seen Satan fly. Instead, we have seen God's faithfulness push us forward in a way that we know that he's the one that is at work. He said, I will bless you. It's not as if you prayed for it. Blessing becomes the consequence of aligning to the calling. He didn't say, okay, now that I've called you, you will labor in prayer. Then, no, he said, I will, what? Guess what happened? The next year, I was eligible for promotion again. The man went and brought my file. He asked for the file again. So the next year, I was promoted. So I had 2 promotions in 2 years. And that was how my status was restored. I was flying in the ranks. And I never missed a promotion again until I resigned. Never missed it again until I resigned. As at the time I resigned, the ministry did not need my support to survive. The ministry had found its footing, and the oasis of grace had attracted sufficient resources to keep the ministry standing without my own input. Are you there? So I stepped out on the orders of Jesus. I did not step out because we became comfortable as a ministry. I stepped out on the orders of Jesus. And when I stepped out on the orders of Jesus, I was wondering how to feed, because there were people that God had given to me to take care of. And when he asked me to stop work, he did not ask the people to leave. So I went to him in prayer and fasting. I said, okay, you asked me to stop work. My last salary was 1.2 million naira every month. And that is exclusive of my allowances. That's my basic salary. My housing allowance at that time was 15 million a year. And you know there's no house they rent in Makoti for 15 million. You need to be mad to resign from that job. You need to be mad. If I had waited and become a management staff, my housing would have been 19 million a year. And bi-monthly, you have allowances in addition to the 1.2 million. I could buy a car any month of my choosing. And Jesus said, step aside. You know, those days we felt that the best thing that happened to us was the job that we were doing. That there's no... Yes, in the Nigerian context, I was earning the salary of a brigadier general. Yes. As at the time of my resignation. It was foolishness to say you want to resign. But you see, the things of God look like foolishness in the eyes of men. It was on the orders of Jesus that I stepped aside. And when I stepped aside, I went to Jesus for prayers. And I said, you asked me to leave the job. You did not ask the inhabitants to leave the house. So what arrangement do you have for upkeep of this great house? You know what he told me? Teach the Bible. Teach the Bible. I was wondering how teach the Bible was going to be the solution to my practical problems. I was doubting that his answer. Until one day, I did a teaching. And then people began to send money to my account with Zenith Bank. I came from church. Then we were not here yet. We were in the old place. I came from church and drove home. When I got home, I opened my phone. The alert that came on my phone that night was equivalent to my previous 1 month's salary, 1.2 million. So he gave me what I used to earn in a month. He gave me that same amount, exact amount, in one day from teaching the scriptures. Then I knew that strategy that God had given could sustain me. I had no doubt in my heart. No doubt. 1.2 million. I said, in one day, you know, it was big. I give more than that almost on a daily basis now. As you are seeing me, ask Pastor Dan, we were talking today. It's an easy thing for me to empty my account if Jesus has spoken to me. My contribution to this building was 70 million. After giving that 70 million, my financial status changed. I don't need to preach for people to give me. And that's why I don't accept an invitation that Jesus, you can, what I will get staying behind this pulpit and teaching, nobody can give me. I've seen that. I know this practically. What I stay here preaching, what comes to me, I have not gone for any meeting where anybody was able to give me. If you see me accept an invitation, God has sent me. God has sent me. There's no place I like more than the city called my Akodi. No place. My bones will begin to ache. I know that the bones are aching for the city of Makodi. The moment I see the bridge, fresh life comes upon me. So when I entered yesterday night, fresh life came upon me. There's no honorarium, prophet offering that I'm giving anywhere that is likened unto what? When I finish teaching, somebody somewhere is touched. Sometimes I ask my wife, where is this money coming from? Before I sleep to wake up, God has told me the people to send the money to. Sometimes in the dream. In the month of January, he will not stop asking me to give. This month, before the Spirit of God could allow me rest, I had given 15 million. That's when he now allowed me rest. In the kingdom of God, giving is a big thing. Please help me tell your neighbor, in the kingdom of God, giving is a big thing. It's a big thing.